Hi there, welcome back. So in today's video, we're going to use this familiar colour tone again. Same one we used for those lovely acorn pots that I've just showed you. So first off, we're going to use the Let's Resin Ocean White pigment paste. Two beautiful mica powders from Let's Resin, a deep green and more of an olivey green gold, and some of this lovely gold foil flake, which is a rich gold. Beautiful mould here, lots of flowers. And this, now this is, I don't know if you call it a trivet mould, a large coaster mould or a tray mould. And look at this, now this is from IKEA. It's a candle base. And we thought we'd try and upcycle it into something else. So you've seen me do this before. I'm going to apply beautiful mica powders to this mould and just using a dry bristle paintbrush, dip it into the pot of mica and spread that lovely colour all over this silicone mould. Now at first I only did, I think it was about 3 or 4 of these, thinking that was all I was going to need. And spoiler alert, later on in the video, I do actually decide let's just make some more because we needed more, but that will become apparent as the video goes along. So if you've joined us today for the live chat, hello to everybody in the live chat. I hope you're enjoying the video. If you haven't ever seen any of our videos before, why not subscribe? It's free. We normally upload videos twice a week on a Friday and a Sunday at 5 PM UK time. And yeah, hit the notification or button or thumbs up and so on. Have you done anything like this before? Have you done a bit of an IKEA hack yourself maybe? What do you think? What colourway would you use? But I absolutely love these shades of green and gold. So this is some Tea Expert resin. It's crystal clear one. It's a 1:1 mixing ratio. I did make up quite a lot here. You'll see why soon. And then mixed the part A and part B together for a good 5 minutes. Now this bit has been sped up, so have certain other clips within this video, just for the fact that you know we don't need to be bored silly by watching us pour resin into cups. Plus, you'll have seen this process in our previous video regarding the acorn pots, and if you haven't, why not check it out from our playlist. So all I've done is I've divided the resin between 3 different cups, kept some back in reserve as well, adding in the mica powder. So beautiful, and then just carefully mixing it in. Obviously I didn't mix it as fast as this, and of course don't forget, you can see that I'm wearing some black nitrile gloves. Make sure you follow all the appropriate PPE for using epoxy resin. So wear a respirator mask, work in a well ventilated area, keep your arms covered, wear an apron, keep the well ventilated area that you're working in, and also wear eye protection. Do not stand directly over the resin, do not breathe it in. We also have an extractor machine by Resiners, and all that will also be linked in the description box below. So just pouring in some of the white pigment, the resin pigment, into, actually no, sorry, this is the white coloured resin that I added the pigment paste to, pouring it very carefully into the mould that I've dusted with the different shades of mica powders. Decided to use it off of a stir stick because I've got a bit more control, and then went round with a little micro brush, just persuading it to go around into all those little details, fine details of this mould, trying to make sure that no little air bubbles became trapped. There you go. And then I spritzed it with some isopropyl alcohol and left it to cure for a full 18 hours, but 24 hours depending on what the climate is like where you're working in the country where you're from. Over here in the UK it's very cold, so I did leave it till the following day, and then I demolded them, but you'll see that coming up. Now look at this beautiful golden foil in this resin. What I'm doing here, or what I was hoping I was going to achieve, is what they call in acrylic paint pouring as a dirty pour. So it just means literally you're pouring one colour into the other, into the other. You're not trying to create layers of colour. You're just trying to pour it in. Now, the higher you pour it from, the more likely it is to sink. And if you use anything with a white pigment in it, it should eventually sink anyway, because it's heavier. It's a heavier based pigment than other things. It's just making sure I'm getting every last little bit of resin out of there. Now, I didn't know if it was going to work or not, to be honest with you. It is what it is. It doesn't give the effect I really want, but never mind. We learn with hindsight, and like all of our videos, we're still going to upload them and show you and talk about what we would do differently. So here we have this lovely sort of oversized coaster mold, I'm going to call it. And I'm just literally pouring it straight out the cup onto the mold. Now, if it had stayed like that when it was curing, it would have been beautiful. It's still beautiful. I think it's still beautiful. But it's not quite what we were looking for. I mean, you might get a better result if you used eco resin instead. So I mentioned earlier the demold. This is me trying to demold these beautiful flowers. Now, I'm not going to lie. I should have waited a full 24 hours. They were still a little bit soft, but that's okay. They weren't sticky to touch or anything like that. If you're at all concerned, then please wear your gloves when you demold. Now you can see there's like paper thin, a bit of overpour of resin going on, which I remove with some little sharp scissors and also give it a little bit of a sand. Now here we are, back to this candle stand. Trying at this point to decide where I'm going to place things, and it was now that I realised that I don't have enough of these. I need to make some more. Now we do make some more, you will see that coming up, and yeah, Wayne actually very kindly did that for me. Now if you don't know who Wayne is the other creator here at lottiejasminedesigns, and we make things together, usually share projects. Sometimes we do individual projects, and sometimes we do collaborations with other artists as well. So as I said before, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, notification all bell, and yeah, you'll see all the videos. And check out our playlist of all the previous ones. We've got a lot that you can choose from. Now, demolded this. Now, as you can see, we've got a little bit of mottling going on, but not a lot. There's certainly no real marbling going on there, which is a bit of a shame, but I still like it. Still pleased with the result. We've got a little bit of tidy up of the edges to do, which we can do with a deburring tool, or you can take a little bit of sandpaper to it. Careful not to scratch the resin. So this is the deburring tool, and you just carefully remove it little bit by little bit, going in. There we go, all the way around. As I said, you can use sandpaper if you want to, but you risk getting a little bit of a non-shiny edge, shall we say. So I did in the end decide to go in with, this is actually an emery board, which is obviously another form of sandpaper. But here we go. So this, I've sort of decided where I want to place some of the flowers on the top. Now, I said I decided we need to make more of the flowers, so I then dusted the whole of that mould, and here's a bit of a close-up flyover look at it. I've cleaned it all up ready. Those are the ones that we already made. And these are the ones, the newer ones, once we had filled it up with resin and then demolded them. Now, decisions. Where on earth? How do we position them? Be careful with these. They are rather fragile, as I learnt. And it's quite difficult to try and film this as well, to show you what I was just trying to decide what to put where. And in the end, I decided to put the biggest one on the top. We used C8 activated glue, and here's a little bit of a time lapse of me just trying to secure this one. Now, word to the wise, if you're like me, you tend to get glue on your hands. This is not nice glue to get on your hands. You really don't want to get it on them. Apply it using a little bit of maybe a brush that you don't mind sacrificing, or a micro brush, and so on. Just trying to clean up the back and the bits where the glue had dripped, deciding what to place where and so on here, and then repeating the process with the glue. I did try and shape these just round the edge of that bend on the top as well of that tray. Now this is Wayne and he is just deciding what he's going to put where. We also talked about what we thought would look good where, and then a bit of a time lapse of him doing the same process that I did on the top bit of the stand or the tray or the coaster, whatever you want to call it, part. But look at the contrast in colour between the white of the stand base or the base part and those beautiful green and golds. Now you could zhuzh it up a bit, bling it up, put a little bit of gold gilt paint on, but look at that. I think the only other thing maybe to add, if you've got them, is a 3D bee, bumblebee, and a butterfly or a butterfly. They would look stunning. Now, Wayne is now deciding how he's going to secure the top to the base. Yeah. So, what he has actually done, which you can't see how he has done, but take my word for it, he's applied some of that same glue just to the rim part of the base, the white base, and now he's applying the coaster top to it and applying lots of pressure until it's completely adhered to it. So I just want to say thanks again for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Look at this, this is beautiful, absolutely stunning. Would go lovely with the acorn pots. We will leave you with the beauty shots. Hope you've enjoyed the video, everybody. See you again in a few days' time. Bye bye.